Serena Williams barely squeaked through the second round yesterday against Christina McHale. She dropped the first set. She was down 2-love in the deciding third set. She was within 5 points of defeat. At 4-0 in the third, McHale served. It was a long game. Christina had an ad there, didn't get it done. Serena held to love, serving 3 aces all out wide to finish the match. So we're going to go through some of the points, understand what she's doing so well for her third round match, which we will see very, very soon. We've got McHale serving to start here. Serena just pounces on those wide balls, coming forward. Really good job at the net. She came forward 34 times, 124, that's 71%. The tournament average 63%. And I like this. Most players in the middle of the court are going to be looking for a forehand, and quite often Serena does. But here with a backhand, she's as good as anyone on the men's tour and the women's tour in thumping a big backhand from the middle of the court. Look at her court position. It's kind of neutral, just a step away from the baseline. Let's look at Christina back here. She's 2 steps from behind the baseline. So right now, at every level of the game, at all the clubs around the world this weekend, the player that's closer to the baseline will probably win the point. Pretty big backhand, and look at Serena move up and tags that backhand cross court for a winner. Prowling inside the baseline, a second serve return, good deep middle. Really nice cross court, just a nice little roll cross court, high percentage play, cross court again. Cross court is the preferable play in tennis. You go down the line when things are a little bit easier, like that backhand winner. She had 10 backhand winners for the match, 18 forehand winners. Once again, so insanely powerful from the middle of the court with her backhand. Serena doesn't want to play points. Ultimately, she's trying to hit an ace, she's trying to hit a return winner. And again, there's 2 off the forehand wing. And quite often you want to serve to Serena's forehand wing because the backhand return is so good, but there she is again, middle of the court, going deep, pushing Christina back. This is not a good drop shot. It almost lands on the service line, but it's 4-all in the third set. It's 15-all. This is one of the points that helps her get the vital break in the deciding third set. Nice volley out in front. The racket wobbles a little bit, and that's what happens quite often. You get it around the edge of the racket, but she stayed up. And, some players are progressing through the tournament fairly easily early on. Andy Murray's doing that. Not so Serena. She's had the early scare, and, that may serve her well for the later rounds when things get a little bit tougher.
When you're up against Serena Williams, I mean, it's quite an intimidating situation, but once you're out there on the court, what is the best way to neutralize her?
It's so incredibly difficult. I think I talked about this earlier in the week. I've coached against Novak Djokovic on centre court at the Australian Open. I've coached against Rafael Nadal in Toronto. I've coached against Serena here on centre court at Wimbledon. She was the toughest matchup for all of the players that I've worked with because she does everything so well, and she wants to annihilate the point and destruct the point before it even begins. So if I'm coaching against her and the player I'm working with, she stands in on the return so well. So you want to jam her. You want to jam into the forehand, particularly. The forehand wing can break down a little bit more than the backhand wing off the return of serve. I remember when Venus beat her in Canada a few years ago. Venus went almost exclusively to the forehand return. And it's maybe not the first time you go there or even the second, but over time, 4 or 5 or 10 of those, it can spray a little bit more than the backhand wing. And then you want to extend the rally. I think Vinci did it so well at the US Open. When you hit a bunch of slices, you take the power out of the point, you extend the point, you get her moving, and you get her frustrated. And we know the body language can go south at times, and she can, labor with her breathing, and looks like things are going tough. But she's one of the toughest matchups, if not the toughest matchup in our sport at the moment.